Let's try this again, shall we? Hi, I'm Dino Tripodis, and there is an old whiskey quote, and I'm paraphrasing the quote. They say, that which cannot be cured by whiskey has no cure at all. Well, don't say that to a pot smoker, my friends, because tonight on Whiskey Business, we are going to pot. Not pot still whiskey, actual marijuana, and not actual marijuana. But the show tonight is definitely about marijuana, as we are capitalizing on the whole drive-in phenomenon, if you will, that people are flocking to drive-ins because that makes for safe distancing and so forth and so on in this crazy COVID world. So we thought we'd give it a shot by screening tonight with live commentary. I'll tell you who our guest is here in just a moment. The 1936 Not classic, what critics have said is one of the worst movies ever made because they take it so seriously, it's actually funny. Reefer Madness will be screened tonight here on Whiskey Business with live commentary from myself, of course, my producers, John Whitney and Greg Hansberry, and our very, very special guest, Max Groah, director of Bong of the Living Dead. You would think that I was smoking pot tonight. I'm not. Bong of the Living Dead is Max's film, which is kicking ass on the film festival circuit since it was released in 2017 and is still just earning praises galore everywhere it goes. So we thought that Max, being a cannabis enthusiast, would be the ideal guest to join us for this live commentary tonight. I'll introduce you to the guest bottle here in just a second, which is obviously an important part of our podcast as well, and is taking the country by storm. An old 140-year recipe from Jim Beam that's been brought back. We'll show you that in just a second. But first, let me get to the business a little bit, if you will, and say good evening to Greg Hansberry, officially, and, of course, John Whitney. John Whitney, nice to have you back as well. Nice to see you both back in my home, my domicile.
Yes.
The last two podcasts have been down at my mother's condo in Palm Harbor, Florida. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who's inquired about my mom, how she's doing. She's doing, it's a slow go. She's 84 years old. She fractured her hip, and I've been down there for the last 5 weeks taking care of her, but she is slowly but surely on the mend. So thank you, everybody, for your concern and your comments. I appreciate it. So before we move on to the business, Mr. Hansberry, let's get to the business, if you will.
You got it. Thank you for checking out Whiskey Business, the podcast, not so much about whiskey as it is one with whiskey. You can subscribe at your favorite podcasting app. While you're there, rate and review us. Plus, you can hear all of our award-winning archived episodes at whiskeybusinesspod.com. If you are watching us on Facebook right now, thank you. Go ahead and like us and share this feed. If you are on Instagram, thank you very much. You can find us there, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube Live, thank you for watching us. You can just click on the little like button and the bell, and you'll get all those notifications. Now, this is an episode Dino was explaining here. We're going to be watching a movie, doing live commentary, a la Mystery Science Theater. So this is actually might be an episode you want to go check out our YouTube page, Whiskey Business with Dino Tripodis, and like it because you'll get to actually watch the movie and follow along. So if you're listening right now in your car, you can still hear the audio and it'll be fun regardless, but maybe later you check back on our YouTube channel. Other than that, that's all I got.
That's all you got?
Who brought the eye drops?
The eye drops. Yeah. The guest bottle tonight. This thing has taken the country by storm. Jim Beam has re-released one of their old favorites, first made 140 years ago. This is Old Tub, unfiltered Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, bottled in bond, 100 proof, an old recipe from the Beam family that they brought back, unfiltered, without any chill filtration, which means that there's no forcing of the whiskey through any filters of any kind to remove any of the fatty acids that actually add sometimes flavor to the actual whiskey.
You call it fatty acid.
Yeah. What's that?
Who you calling fatty acid?
I'm not calling anybody fatty acid. I'm saying that sometimes a little fatty acid is good in your whiskey.
Hey, do people really make you've heard of bathtub gin? This whiskey is called Old Tub. I mean, do they really? Is that a thing? Do people make whiskey and gin? Did they used to make it in their tubs?
Oh yeah, back during Prohibition for sure, man. A lot of people died from that gin that they made, the bathtub gin. Yeah, that's why Prohibition. That's why the gangsters made so much money, man, because when they were making all their whiskeys and whatnot. People wanted to drink.
A lot of tubs.
Yeah, a lot of tubs. But this is
Nobody bathed.
a value between $20 and $23 a bottle. And I don't know if it's available in Ohio yet. I picked this up when I was down in Florida. I think it is coming to Ohio if it's not here already. And I strongly suggest you pick it up. As far as the nose and the palate and so forth, there's hints of vanilla and caramel and honey. It's sweet. It's surprisingly very, very sweet for a 100 proof bottled and bond whiskey. So
you like it?
Yeah, I do. I do like it a lot. And I like the price. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? I got this for, it was actually $19.99 at a store in Florida.
Perfect.
Yeah. So there you go. The Old Tub is our guest bottle tonight here as we are broadcasting remotely once again, because I haven't been home the entire 2 weeks that I'm supposed to be behaving myself once back from the land of COVID. Where things, even though I didn't go anywhere, I was at my mom's condo and to the Publix grocery store and back, but still, erring on the side of caution. We're doing it remotely with our very special guest. We've had Max on the show before. Let's bring him in, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Matt, there he is. Bong of the Living Dead director, Matt.
Cannabis
enthusiast. I like that. I like that.
That's a polite way of saying pothead.
Yeah, it's so much better. It's so much better.
I've got that tattooed on my neck.
What's that? Pothead or cannabis enthusiast?
Enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, enthusiast.
You're looking good, Maxie. Great to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me back, guys.
Oh, yeah, it's, cool. Well, we were tossing around people who we thought would be great for this particular podcast as a running commentary. We've all seen Reefer Madness. Well, maybe not. Hansberry. Have you ever seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
No. 1936. Reefer Madness is a movie that was originally called Tell Your Children. You might actually see that in the opening credits. Mm-hmm. It was a film that was funded by a church group.
Oh, God.
And it was supposed to serve as a morality tale to parents to warn their children about the dangers of marijuana. I don't know what was going on in the 30s, but apparently there was a lot of drugs being floated around, because in 1935, there was another movie called The Cocaine Fiends. Mm-hmm. And then this one came out in 1936.
Yeah.
And then it was later picked up by a producer who put it on the exploitation film circuit in the 40s and 50s. And then in the 70s, it got a new life again when some marijuana advocates who were pushing for cannabis reform, even back in the 70s, started to appreciate the unintentional satire of this film. So it found a new life in the 70s. There's been musicals, Reefer Madness musical. We were talking off podcast about the fact that they did a 2005 or 2007 movie called Reefer Madness with Pee Wee Herman. Max, is that what we said? Yeah, Pee Wee's. I've never seen it, but we thought that this one would be perfect for tonight to watch together and share the experience. And it has everything in it, ladies and gentlemen. It's got manslaughter. It's got suicide.
Yes.
It's got attempted rape. It's got hallucinations. It's got descent into madness. It has left-wing Republicans, John Kasich dance troupe, Sleepy Joe Biden pajamas. It's got everything in it. It's got everything you want in a 1936 movie that you could appreciate. What? You can't wait.
Come on now.
Oh my God.
All on a Wednesday night. What the hell?
Here's the deal. I mean, Max, how much did your film cost to make, roughly?
We shot it for about I'd say 20 and spent another 10 on it after that, probably.
30,000, yeah, right? For Bong of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And we spent a nominal amount on our film, Street Where We Live. They had a budget in 1936. When you look at this movie, they had a budget of $100,000 in 1936 to make this movie. In today dollars, that would equate to $1.8 million to make the piece of shit that you're about to watch and enjoy us talking about here in just a little bit. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if someone gave you $100,000, us as independent filmmakers, we'd go nuts with $100,000. We would make a masterpiece with $100,000.
But can we talk about how it was? It got that kind of money because the church group was literally trying. It was a brochure for like anti-marijuana.
Right.
The whole thing is anti-marijuana propaganda, and just really, it's just these fantastical claims of what happens when you're on the reefer, and what it'll do to you, and the crumbling of society because of it. And it just comes off. It's beautifully acted.
With a bunch of no-name actors who we'll probably never hear from again. Yeah. Some of the other titles were The Burning Question, Dope Addict, Doped Youth, and Love Madness were some of the other working titles for Reefer Madness. Love Madness, yes, because, once you start smoking the marijuana, all your sexual inhibitions are released, and That's true. And then the love turns into madness.
Tell me.
So
get a ball.
You got it on both ends. What like I said, I'm drinking the Old Tub. I know Johnny's drinking some Old Forester. Max, what are you drinking back over there?
I've got a bottle of it's Bulliet.
You got the Bulliet. You got the Bulliet
Bourbon Frontier whiskey. It's straight from I picked it up at a place called Giant Eagle.
Yeah, really? Really? Yeah, I've heard of it. I've heard of
Frontiers.
That's classy.
And Hansberry, what are you sipping on tonight?
Oh, I've got I really am classy. I got the Weller Antique here.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
My Willie here.
Very nice indeed. Willie Nelson. Yeah, you got that's a perfect album.
Yeah, there you go.
Tonight.
There you go.
Perfect background tonight. So before we get to the movie, Max, everything good in your world? What's going on with Bong of the Living Dead has just taken a life of its own from the time it got released. It's been on the festival circuit. It's won awards. It's kicking ass. I was watching a review from today from Bloodbath and Beyond. These two guys who reviewed your film.
Those guys loved it.
They did. They loved it.
Got ripped watching it.
They did.
They actually did a commentary to the movie, stoned as shit on the first time watch, and you can link that up on YouTube and watch it when you have the disc, or watch it on. It's available on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
You can pull it up for free on Prime, and then click these guys' YouTube commentary, and it's actually better than the stoned commentary that we have as an extra on the Blu-ray, which is available at ScreamTeamReleasing.com. It's a DC Blu-ray combo, actually. You can get a VHS from Scream Team Releasing.
Really?
Well, yeah.
You can go old school and watch this on VHS.
Yeah, old school clamshell box. Dan Kiley designed our cover.
Nice.
It's kind of based off the Return of the Living Dead Part 2. The VHS is green. I believe we printed on like the last 60 green VHS tapes in the world.
Wow.
It was like some jungle adventure show with toddlers or something, and then we actually got the discs or the tapes and printed Bong of the Living Dead on some green VHS tapes for people.
That's awesome.
But Bong's doing good. Like I said, it's free on Prime. It's really fun to go read the reviews. It's pretty much either 1-star or 5-star.
Yeah, either hate it or love it, right?
There's no middle ground. I saw it at Studio 35 and I loved it because it's pot smoking, it's fighting zombies, and yet there's some poignancy to the film as well.
It's got a little heart. It's
got a little bit of heart to it as well.
There's crying and shit.
Yeah,
but
it's important.
It is really
important
good.
in a Bong movie.
It's a good movie night movie if you get a group of people together, socially distanced, or online like this. You can Discord it or cast it or something and watch Bong together. It's a good one in a group.
Nice. Chrissy Breaky Ross says that Dino needs a haircut. Yes, I know, Chrissy. I need a haircut. I'll tend to that. That's not high on my priority list since I've been back, but thank you nonetheless. I don't look nearly as nicely coiffed as my producers or my guests. Max, I haven't seen you in a while. The beard, my friend, is just killer.
So I haven't cut this or my hair since we filmed Bong. It was kind of a thing. I'd say I'm not gonna trim up till it was over, but then I just got real lazy, I guess, for 4 years and didn't cut it.
4 years.
It looks great. You look great.
Everyone looks great. This is a sexy podcast right here.
Watch the movie.
Yeah. I've told you
Enough about how hot we are.
I told you pretty much everything you need to know about the movie. Critics say it's one of the worst movies ever made, and that sounds perfect for tonight. So, John Whitney, you're at the Control Central. Whenever you want to roll it, JW, and everybody enjoy Reefer Madness. Here we go.
Now, John, you did cut out some of the credits at the beginning here, didn't
Oh
you?
I gotta.
There it is. Tell your children. Formally tell your children.
I guess I have to preface this by saying it's not the purest form of Reefer Madness because, I cut a little bit out for time.
The motion picture you are about to witness may startle you. It would not have been.
I was like, that sounds like Hansberry.
Been possible otherwise.
You think it's where George Lucas got his idea for Star Wars?
Too many big words.
The fright foretold a new drug menace.
Thank you.
Was marijuana new in 1936, Max?
I don't think it was illegal yet. And look,
is that the proper spelling of marijuana?
I know.
M-A-R-I-H.
This thing is long.
The real public enemy number one.
I will say, I bet there was people that watched this and genuinely thought, "Oh, fuck,
violent,
what?
uncontrollable laughter, hallucinations,
All right,
space expands, time slows down, almost stands still.
All right, all that's true.
Conjuring up monstrous extravagances, emotional disturbances, the total inability to direct thoughts, the loss of power to all to resist. I'm reading this, by the way, for the podcast, the listeners at home. And picturing its soul, his soul-destroying effects. No attempt was made to equivocate. The scenes, the incidents, while fictionized for this purpose of this story, are based on actual research of the marijuana, M-A-R-I-H-U-A-N-A.
The stark reality makes you think, will make you aware that something must be done to wipe out the ghastly menace. Then the picture will not have failed in its purpose. Because the dread, say it, Hansberry.
Marijuana.
Marijuana.
Dun, dun, dun. There's more work that I've done in past shows. Come on.
That's more time.
Here's half the budget on B-roll.
That's right.
Dope peddlers caught in high school.
These fuckers.
Marijuana flat. That's awesome.
School parent organizations join dope fight.
All movies in the 30s have to start with the newspaper reel thing. It's a rule.
All right. This I love. This doctor, if I remember correctly, is awesome.
All right.
And all the school parent groups about the country.
I wonder if he was like the priest of the church that put this together.
And stamp out this frightful assassin of our youth. You can do it by bringing about compulsory education on the subject of narcotics in general.
Yeah.
But red marijuana in particular.
Marijuana.
That is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
I left in all the propaganda, by the way.
Nationwide campaign by you to demand by law such compulsory education. Because it is only through enlightenment that this scourge can be wiped out.
Oh, it's a scourge, man.
Ooh, nice.
Right to camera.
Now he's talking to the audience. He's talking to you.
It exists in almost every city and hamlet in the country.
I cut a chunk out there.
I've received a letter of vital importance from a member of the Narcotics Bureau. I'm going to read this letter to you.
Okay.
My dear Dr. Carroll, the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the falsification.
He doesn't pronounce it how they spell it. It's weird.
No.
This department is now engaged in.
These parents look bored as shit.
There is one vital fact
Yeah.
I would like to submit. There is a powerful agency.
Coffee and donuts after
Think
this.
of the school parent associations of this country,
I see it back there
which
behind
can be
me.
invaluable in stamping out this scourge.
Yeah.
Scared.
Their help, their eternal vigilance, could be the deciding factor in our fight against it. The weed marijuana is grown in every state in the Union.
Yes, it is.
Recently, in the city of Brooklyn, New York,
No.
Dun dun dun.
a field of marijuana was
That
found
looks like
behind a
Brooklyn.
tenement court.
This is before
The weed was
gentrification.
here being cultivated.
Let's say now that land's worth
And dried and
$3
sold
million.
in food,
No doubt,
and a
man.
government armed
Let me tell you, that's like the
in
shittiest
and
fucking
around
weed
New
I've ever
York.
seen.
Yeah, dude.
The dried
Swag.
berries are ground up and made
I like how
into
they're just rolling the
by a
joints in the
simple
field
hand
right up
Yeah.
The deadly
in
narcotic
Brooklyn.
is thus
I've
quickly
never-
and easily prepared for its
And Max, maybe when we get together in person someday, I've never had the skill set because I don't smoke pot that much. I've never been able to roll a joint, ever. Not even one of those machines.
You didn't go through a period where you rolled your own smokes?
In the heels of shoes.
No, never.
Through the heels of shoes.
Whoa.
Because the drugs can be secreted in
You must be
Creative.
rich.
Oh,
hollowed shaving brushes.
How-
What was that?
wow.
I like the way they try to,
It's like Shawshank Redemption.
for sure.
The value of drugs thus seized is enormous. Recently,
They try to compare it with heroin. It's crazy.
It was concealed in an
Do
apparently
you
harmless
blame
shipment
them?
of 35 barrels
Cut
of
it
olive oil. The deadly drug
Did he say
was
heroin or
in the
heron?
incinerator of the Bureau of Engraving and Printing.
And then there's a dude upstairs huffing that.
That's got to break your heart, Max, right there. That's
Even
got
though
to.
these soul
Oh, that's heroin right there.
the menace of
Burning
marijuana.
styrofoam?
I do think they are.
No doubt many of you do not believe that these things do happen, but they cannot happen to you. You may also believe that the facts have been exaggerated.
Yes.
Let me tell you
Not
what
by
happened
you,
that
young man.
happened right here in our own city. You probably read about it in the papers. However, I'll give you the real facts behind the case.
Okay.
There was an apartment near one of our high schools.
Here's where the story
It was
begins.
run by
Oh,
a
good,
woman
good, good.
known as May Coleman.
May Thelma White.
I like the way this guy just
All
wears
right.
a suit and hat
Yeah.
everywhere he goes.
Hey, man, that's the 30s. Everybody, I don't care if you were a drug pusher or a businessman or a lawyer. Everybody wore a suit and a hat.
May.
May.
It's noon. Wake up.
Come on, May, get up.
What time is it?
Time to get up and give this place a going over.
Do your chores, bitch.
Last night was high enough to take over the Marines and the Navy.
Oh yeah.
Better get on the job. Some of the kids may be up this afternoon.
Oh, Jack, we can get along without dragging those young kids up here.
Oh, why don't you button up your lip?
Oh,
Yeah.
Talking about something. Got more static from the radio.
she just got me. No, forget it.
Yeah. So May's against bringing the kids, but not him. He
She's
wants.
like the reluctant person. This is like weird. This is pretty risque for
Oh
me.
yeah, yeah. Especially for a church flick.
I know, no doubt.
Well, it just gave him the excuse to like live out their fantasies in this movie.
I know, right? So is that a big
What
box
if
of
the guy's
marijuana? What is
gay?
that?
Can he be gay? Can he be a homosexual?
And wear stockings.
They're not expecting anybody.
There we go. All right, May.
There we go. That shot actually lasted a lot longer. I went ahead and cut away.
Yeah. Of all that you cut out, John.
Yeah, you
kept
cut
the
out
long
the
stocking
leg
thing.
shot. Yeah.
Hey, it was heavy for time.
Well, hello, fella.
Oh, hello.
Hey, how are you? Who's got
Hey,
the pot? All right, welcome. Hey, boys, come on over here. Well, I'll smoke up here.
May,
Marijuana.
You can be right in. Just sit down and make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, so what's May? She doing the reefer?
Oh, it's all right, Gwen. See, they probably had a party last night.
Oh.
Ah.
Some of your customers, May.
Yeah? They're old enough to know what they're doing. Not like those young kids you bring up here.
Oh, May's got a heart.
Where are you going?
I got to make some deliveries, and I'll probably drop by Joe's place and bring back a couple of the kids.
Oh, I wish you'd lay off those kids.
Oh, why don't you get over that mother complex?
Oh,
said that 2
man.
minutes
it's a
ago.
mother complex
Hmm.
because May is never going to birth children.
He's got to get his weed out of the cabinet.
Chip says it looks like a box of graham crackers.
Yeah.
Get some milk. We're gonna have to dip this in a little bit of milk.
School crossing.
Look at those cool white
Oh,
things
by the
on
way,
top of your
Ralph,
shoes.
I'm sort of getting a little party Saturday afternoon over at my grandmother's. You know, the place with the swimming pool? Like to come?
Thanks, Eddie. Maybe I will.
I'd sure like to have you.
Are these supposed to be the high school kids?
No. Well, those two are, I think, yes.
Hey, Ralph.
My grandparents' house.
Hi, kid. Fine, Jack, and you? Oh, great.
Oh.
Where you heading? Oh,
This is weird right here. Check this out.
hey, how do you like that?
That's a high school girl.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Now,
That's the one I was telling you about.
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
Yeah, I think the weed is like just a
Like-
cover up for a petty film here.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a swell swimmer. He made the freshman team that year he went to college. Yeah, that left him out. My dad knows his family. None of them were any good. Father and mother just got a divorce from parents.
Old athletes always like were good swimmers.
Yeah, really?
Like that was the thing. I think you had to be a good swimmer to like be a varsity athlete.
Hello, Mary. How are you, Bill?
How are you, Ralph?
Oh, hello, Ralph. You know our brother Jimmy, don't you?
How are you? Well, I'd like you to meet a friend of mine, Jack Perry. Mary, Bill.
How do you do?
Jack.
Good to know you.
Jack, Barry,
We're
Barry.
going over to Joe's place.
Jack.
Why don't you come along?
We're gonna go
have a date
swim.
Play a set of doubles. Oh, you can play anytime. Come on, we'll have some
They're
laughs.
playing tennis.
Oh, we can today, Ralph. Some other time.
Can I go along with you? Sure.
Hey, I'll see you at dinner, sis.
Okay. Anybody in the
How much
back
for
seat?
doubles?
Yeah, there you go.
Don't be late, Jimmy.
I won't. I won't be late. I'm going down a path of destruction.
Madness.
I mean, it's got to be one of them with the weed. Who's got the weed right now?
Oh, I love this guy.
This guy's my favorite.
He's
love
definitely got the weed.
He's got the devil split haircut.
Who's got the really Jerry Lee Lewis?
Hey, he ain't no paper man.
Why
Yeah,
don't
you know, baby.
hot finger Tony?
Oh, he really swings out.
Hot Fingers Tony.
Will you guys start calling me Hot Fingers Tony?
I think
No, we won't. We won't. We won't call. Is that the soda shop or is that just the? Okay, it's
Soda
the soda shop.
Oh.
Any new prospect?
Maybe.
There's your new prospect right there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go hit them up.
There's the man right there.
Wild Fingers Tony.
Mad Fingers. I thought it was Mad Fingers.
Whatever the hell it is. Tony, what gives, bro?
That's it. Here, I'll play.
None of that.
Tony's taking a break. Here he goes.
Oh yes.
I love the way he just watched this. It's hilarious.
Is he ready to smoke up?
He's a fine actor.
He looks like he's going to pull a heist on Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
Chip says it's alfalfa on piano. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's it.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
That's
Jimmy,
good.
you're wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why
More.
can't we go now?
Okay.
Good. Hey, kids, we're having a little party up at my girlfriend's apartment. Wouldn't you like to come? Oh, I'd love to. You want to come, don't you, Jimmy?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Double entendre.
Come along. We can all go in my car.
Come on. We'll go swim at Granny's.
Oh, hello, Jimmy. Mary told me to wait and tell her she had to go home. Her mother wanted her to go to the dressmaker with her.
Go to the pool.
Thanks, Jimmy. Must be getting grown up. See, Mary let you have the car. Yeah. I take you any place? Well, I wasn't going any place in particular. Well, then, how about driving over to the Joe's place with me? I'll buy you a soda.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, gee,
Is
I'll
that
buy
code?
anything else.
That's code, right? Buy you a
Okay.
soda.
Buy a
You're on
soda.
the hook for one root beer. Well,
I did find that
Jimmy.
there's a distillery out in California that's making whiskey-infused vodka.
Jimmy, hello, Bill.
Pot infused vodka or whiskey infused vodka?
Or pot infused vodka.
We're going up to your apartment a little later.
Okay, so she's playing honey hole with this guy in a second here.
Bill, you'll get a kick out of it. Thanks, Bill. Thanks.
Oh, come on, Bill. Harry won't be jealous.
Playing honey hole.
Sure, I know the kids will be there. It's teens. Well, I don't know. I really shouldn't have. Well,
I love golf. All right.
There's the man.
There's Hot Fingers.
Eh?
Oh, that guy
murdered
cracks me up. Hello,
Hello, Jack.
Don,
Hey.
Jack, Russ,
Jack.
Bill. Hi.
Doctor.
Doctor. Jimmy, Agnes, May, Ralph, Blanche.
Hey, Max.
Yeah.
Don't stand there.
Does this look anything familiar to the very first time you smoked pot? When you were first introduced to marijuana, was it anything like this at all? Was there a guy named Jack who was a pusher who introduced you to marijuana?
It was like 3 dudes named Daniel in a car.
Were they on the swim team?
Yeah. Well, 2 of them were in sweaters, so maybe.
Oh, okay.
How old were you when you first started smoking pot, Matt?
Right before senior year in high school.
Oh, that's pretty late in your high school career.
Yeah, I was around it for a while. I just never partook. But
And when you did, was it an awakening?
I mean, it wasn't an awakening. It was more like that. Just the social circle I was in.
Yeah.
I try to take like a more casual approach to weed, and I think Bong kind of exhibits a little bit of that.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like get together to smoke weed. It was like we would just smoke weed when we got together.
Gotcha.
Type thing. So, you know, especially being involved in the arts or any creative endeavors, it actually just kind of lended itself to that way of life.
So nobody was trying to hook you on marijuana like they are right now. Hook the young kids.
No, I was the hooker.
Yeah.
A lot of people say the first time they smoked weed was with me, so I kind of take pride in that.
Max the hooker.
Yeah.
Here we go now.
There we go.
That's the best movie.
I know you like that.
Right there.
Well, just take a puff of it.
Just a
take a
puff.
puff.
Just a puff.
You and Hot Fingers Tony.
A lot of wasted smoke right there.
They're all just smoking huge red joints.
Right.
But I gotta say, they're all very nicely rolled. They look like cigarettes.
I gotta say though, as of right now, they're just well-dressed, pleasant people. Like, what's the harm?
Right.
They're all very polite.
Those kids sure go for it. Well, had to run over a couple more cartons. Ran short today.
All right. Johnny, that's 10 gross to Jack Perry. Who? Pete Daly. All right. Send him
My
in.
daughter's chiming in. The last time I smoked pot. What do you mean the last time you smoked pot? What did you smoke pot? It doesn't mix.
I want to talk to you.
All right, go ahead. Jack's okay. What's the beef?
Listen, you never heard no beef when I had to sell that rotten gin.
Where's the beef?
Yeah, but I don't need Joe that bad.
Y'all talking about beef over here?
Who's got the beef?
Pieces just begging to be taken.
Beef? Count me in.
I'm just dope enough to draw the line.
I'm just dope. Dope enough. No pun intended.
No talk.
All right, Pete.
He looks like Harvey Keitel.
Harvey's there, yeah. It's the you said in the wolf.
I'm always ready to retire.
Got a sweet mustache.
Permanent.
Actually, he looks like more like Robert Shaw. He looks like Robert Shaw in The Sting.
Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I only wish you had a couple of kids so I could.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Don't you?
Stay here.
Don't try to guilt me with your children reference.
Some of my edits are pretty abrupt.
Let's go, Jack.
Like you can tell.
You know you'll be ice cold.
Jimmy's on fire, man. Jimmy's ready to. Look at him go.
Well, that's a cool shot.
Slow down, Jimmy.
No.
Stop, Jimmy. Stop.
Look out.
Dude, you fucking smashed that
run
dude.
over.
First, hit and run. Hit and run. Why? Because he was smoking marijuana. Damn it.
Sit down, darling, and I'll have your breakfast for you in a moment.
Sit down.
So,
Jimmy,
What have I got to worry about?
how'd it go?
why don't you tell me?
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't start to cross-examine me, will you? I'm all right.
Jimmy, don't let Mother see you like that.
Uh-oh.
All these devoted to marijuana records.
Uh-huh.
This whole manila
Here's an
envelope.
example. A 16-year-old lad apprehended in the act of
Lad.
facing a holdup.
Uh-huh.
16 years old and a marijuana addict.
Addict.
Here is a most tragic case. Yes, I remember. Just a young boy. Under the influence of the drug, he killed his entire family with an axe. Here is a most serious type of case.
Entire family with an axe.
In
Max,
Michigan,
have you ever gone
a
after
young girl,
anybody
17
with an axe
years
after
old,
smoking
a
pot?
reefer smoker, taken in a raid in the company with 5 young men.
Just once.
Maybe.
Here is a particularly flagrant.
I played one on
Yes,
TV.
I remember the newspapers made quite a play of it. In
Quite a
West
play
Virginia,
of it.
wasn't Yes. And there are hundreds of them coming up, new ones every day. I'd like to take these records, if I may. I feel they would be of invaluable assistance to me in combating the evil in my school. You're very welcome, Dr. Carroll. Thank you.
All right. Dr. Carroll's all about it.
Hello, Mary. You want to play a set?
Thanks, Teddy, but I'm waiting for someone.
Well, if you're waiting for Bill, he hasn't been here for weeks.
Good at it, John.
It's Elaine from Seinfeld.
Oh my god.
Norman Bates.
Where's hot fingers Tony when you need him?
I don't know, man.
Who's playing the piano?
Get it yourself.
That's right, May. You tell him.
Oh,
Listen, May.
here he goes toward the bedroom.
Well, we've already had our hit and run. I know there's still. Uh-oh. that guy cracks me up too.
Yeah, there it is. I don't know. Was that bad?
Take
Jeez,
off
she's
the clothes,
annoying. She's annoying. No thanks.
You know, if I watched this movie when I was 14 years old, I wouldn't. I'm
like, this looks fun. You get to make out with babes and play the piano with one hand. I'm in.
And he's just digging it.
Dude, he's like on PCP.
Yeah.
Right?
The bath salts folder, Brian Ross
Oh my
says.
god.
Uh-oh, here it is. We could smell the
Morning,
folder.
Miss Whitman, Police Department.
Good morning.
We're tracing a hit-and-run driver. Someone caught the license number at the place of the accident, but didn't get it quite right. So we're checking all numbers like it, and yours is one of them.
Well, I'll try to help you.
You remember what you did on the 29th of last month?
Oh, that was the day before Mother's birthday. Oh, yes,
Mother.
I remember that because I left school and went directly to the dressmaker's with Mother. I was there all afternoon.
Who did she go with? She hung out with who?
Her mom.
Oh,
No,
mother.
Went to the
no,
dressmaker.
I had to call all afternoon myself.
Well, thanks, miss. Sorry to have troubled you.
Tell me, was the person killed?
How does she know that?
Oh.
But that's still no excuse for hit-and-run driving.
You're right.
Right. There's the lesson right there.
Has Jimmy Lane been here today?
She's
He
taking
was in.
the
He went over to May's
hit.
place. You know where that is.
You know that
No,
is. Down
he
Danger
didn't wait
Street.
for me here, so he didn't give me May's address. Are you sure Jimmy didn't leave any message for me? Mary?
That's me.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Fuck
But
off.
I guess you're okay.
I guess you're all
I'll write
right.
it down for you.
Oh, they can't save poor Jimmy.
Mary, come right in.
Oh boy.
Why, he's around
Here
somewhere.
comes the big scene.
I think he went out to take Agnes home. But he'll be right back. Come in and sit down, Mary. And let me take your coat.
And your dress. And
Who's the new kid just came in?
Oh, that's Mary.
Uh-oh. I love the way he turned.
What's that gal that Ralph's gone overboard for? Funny, we've never been able to get her up here before.
Hey, scram, will you?
Scream.
Ralph's going to do something bad, isn't he?
So, Mary.
That's very creepy.
You like politics?
Hey, do you think the French government should give military aid to Chad?
Are you sure Jimmy will be back soon?
Sure, any minute.
So she's just lighting that up thinking it's just a cigarette?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
It's like fucking training day.
Mhm. Uh-oh.
What is going on?
I don't know, dude.
Weed overdose?
Exactly, right? It's
I
crazy.
don't know.
That's funny. Now you tell one.
Exactly.
Yeah, smoke mine.
Hey, what's the matter? An orphan?
Where do you put it? You got a hollow leg?
I don't know why, but that stuff is very smoky.
It's all paper.
Like it's probably, I don't know what, it's like stale tobacco or something. It is lots of cloud.
Come on, Ralph.
Mary.
Weed rape. You hear about it every day.
Weed rape. WR.
When is this? 36?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And a church made this.
no doubt. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
A church financed it.
Yeah, they just wanted to get to rape somebody.
Yeah. On that day, there are a lot of visitors to the set from the church.
What's
Right.
seeing?
But now she's
Jimmy's not seeing what's really happening, but
Yeah, because the weed is
hallucinating.
messing with his.
Now what? Go.
uh-oh.
This is like the opening of the
I
Who.
love that punch. It's awesome.
It's a great. Hey, follow through on it. You gotta follow through on your punch.
Yeah, get a gun.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's about to hit him in the head with that thing.
Yeah, he was quick to turn it around.
Quick, come on. Somebody's gonna. Oh
No.
Man,
no!
where's John Wayne when you need him?
Somebody's dead.
Nice swish pan there.
Mary!
Oh!
Mary's got a bullet to the back. All over $6 worth of weed.
She smoked one time.
She's dead.
Dun dun dun.
One thing's for sure, somebody's responsible.
Get him some water.
Water.
Now listen, you two. Watch your
Everyone
kids.
except for water. Once I get this water, everything will be fine.
I'll handle this. Now get going.
Hike the body.
Dan. Jack's gonna handle it. That's right. Wipe the prints off the gun. Put it in Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's right. Frame Jimmy for the murder.
He's ex-LAPD, I see.
Not his. This is not his first murder.
No.
Oh, that's a good detail.
Got a whole thing of water just for that.
I know, right? That's what the
He's
water.
got cotton mouth, Brian says.
You were high, and then you killed Mary.
I can't believe you did this, son.
Harry.
Yes, Mary.
Murder.
You did this.
No.
Mary.
Come on, mate. You know better.
What
So wait,
happened?
are they just running a drug house here? Is that what they keep meaning by the kids coming over?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
that's it. They're just trying to hook the kids.
and kill and rape them.
Why are they stepping back now?
He's got to tell her the deal.
After I scram, you call the cops. And this is your story. Remember it. These two kids came up here for a couple of beers. You're out in the kitchen, you heard the shot. When you got in here, that's what you found.
They got to call Harvey Keitel back in here.
We gotta get the wolf.
Mary.
Sounds like It's a Wonderful Life. What does it say?
Yeah,
Mary.
not the same. They can't blame this one on Potter.
What an entrance. Hey, Hot Fingers.
We need to talk.
Brian Ross has killed me on Facebook. Fanciest trap house I've ever seen. Yeah, it's like nice and classy. There's like mattresses actually on beds, not just on the floor.
Sergeant on the homicide squad.
Homicide.
Guy you hit that day died.
Died? You didn't.
No,
Nope.
I didn't crack. I'm not going to.
I'm not singing the Titanic song.
Nobody will ever know you were driving that car.
Thanks, Jack.
Just as long as you keep your mouth shut that you were ever up in May's apartment.
Why, sure, Jack, sure.
Sure, Jack. Anything will keep me out of the joint.
Okay.
Oh, this is the.
Oh, Ralph. What's he sweating?
DNA evidence.
DNA evidence.
It's the weed. He's paranoid. Look at his eyes.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah, because you hate music when you're stoned.
Hey,
What do you want?
bring me some reefers.
Some reefer.
There we go. Some reefers.
Finally.
Not one. Not some reefers. Plural.
Reefers.
Plural.
That's what I'll start calling it.
They're going to hang you.
Oh, come on. Get a hold of yourself. Here you are.
Here you go.
Now quit that crazy laughing.
I can't help it.
Where's Jack? I want to get out of here.
They'll pick you up and hang you if you don't pipe down.
I want to see Jack. Jack.
Rick Andreessen.
I want to see
Call
Jack.
Tony Soprano. He can fix it.
You can't fix it.
You better quiet him. I can't do anything with him.
He needs the reefers, Max. He needs the reefers.
He's smoking the reefers.
What can't let that kid hang?
He needs some Doritos.
Yeah, nobody's gone crazy eating some
He'll
food
be
in
here.
this.
Don't worry, he'll be here.
Were the munchies non-existent in 1936?
No, they just don't know what they're talking about.
They barely have ice boxes.
Play some music. He just
Right.
told her to stop that racket, but maybe this particular song will settle him.
Yeah. Mike Abernathy. Can we request Piano Man?
Billy Joel.
You got any Billy Joel?
You want me to play something for you?
Yeah,
Anything by Queen.
Play something.
All right.
Queen will do the trick.
just no racket. No racket. Don't play any racket.
Crocodile Rock, please.
Give me a smoke, will you?
It's like that scene in Big.
Krista Stoffer says she ate a whole pizza after smoking pot.
Oh yes, now she's gonna start playing like Hot Fingers Tony.
Max, from a creative perspective, have you found that marijuana opens up your creativity? And
Hold on. Let this play for a second, Dina.
all right.
Yes.
Oh yes, I love this scene.
Oh my god.
Faster.
It's good. That's enough right there. Why
Oh
is he
my
screaming
god.
his own boob?
Like, like Amadeus.
What the hell's going on?
Are these the 3 or 4 phases of marijuana,
I
Mac?
know what you want.
Of the Reapers.
Yes.
Paranoia.
Show
Yeah.
me.
Look at that rack
You're
focus.
crazy.
Yeah.
Take it easy, kid.
Oh,
I just want to talk to you.
that's like George Wolfe.
Ah!
maniac!
Where did you get that
Yeah, where did the stick come from?
rod? Shower curtain.
He loves it.
There's a terrible fight going on. Yes, yes. Apartment 32.
Quick.
Fucking nosy neighbor. Ruining it for everybody. And it smells like my art teacher's office.
Back to the piano? No.
Go! Oh, I thought that was a window she was about to jump out of. That would've been awesome.
That's right. Take them all downtown. The cop's going to stay back and
Yeah.
smoke some pot.
He's looking- Where's your
Is
stash?
this thing in tune? Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Who's behind you?
No.
You'll hang if you don't talk.
You'll hang if you don't talk.
Are you ready to tell what you
Some
know?
cool film work right there
Yeah, this is
for 36.
got the little montage.
Yeah, what happened to the body? Where's Jimmy? Or Mary?
One of them's dead.
That's right, Mary's dead, dude. Don't
Mary's
you remember
dead.
that scene?
Who's dead? Yeah, Mary's
Mary's
dead. Is
dead.
Jack dead too? Did they kill Jack? An axe. Oh, that's
Yeah. Let me cut down this wall.
He's really going to
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
He's like, ugh.
Yeah.
I can barely swing it.
Don't exert yourself there, officer.
They got Hitler.
Just in time.
Mary's dead. Jack's dead. Harper Case gang leaders captured. Okay. Now some justice will be dispensed.
Later in the judge's chambers.
If we
Gonk,
can
gonk.
measure of
Dick Wolf.
She's prepared to enter a plea of guilty and, in addition, turn the state's evidence in the case
And
of
in
William
addition.
Harper. I regret that this court is not prepared.
I love this guy's voice.
I'll tell anyway. I was there. I saw it.
Not
I know
prepared.
who
you
killed
rat.
Mary. And I'll tell you who killed Mary Lane. It wasn't Bill. It was Jack. Jack Perry. He shot Mary and then he put the gun in Bill's head. We were all at the apartment one afternoon. And Mary came in looking for her brother. Bill and I, we'd been in another room.
Doing it.
And Bill came in. He caught Ralph with Mary and they started to fight. But it was Jack who had the gun. He was going to hit Bill over the head with it to make him stop. And then the gun went off. I saw it. I can see it now.
Boy, she's singing like a canary, isn't she?
Yeah. She's
Before he knew it. Mary,
I love using those old school references.
Nice.
so Jack's not dead.
No, Jack's the guy that got put. The crazy man.
Jack's the guy that Ralph beat the shit out of, right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
They made him think he had. Ralph wanted to tell you too. Oh, if they don't let him. But this is the truth, Judge. I'm telling you the truth. After Jack saw the where he was dead, he put the gun in Bill's head. It was Jack's fault. And it was my
Loose lips sink ships, May.
Do you think this scene played at the Academy Awards when she died?
In the in memoriam segment.
Yeah, for real, man.
Do I understand you wish to plead guilty to a charge of fostering moral delinquency
Thelma White.
in the case of William Harper?
Yes.
She didn't. She just died in 2005.
I got
Really?
it. You know,
Signature, and also
She was
an order
94.
setting aside the
Wow.
jury's verdict
That's a good
in
run.
the case of the people versus William Harper.
Harper.
In the interest of justice, I shall direct a verdict of not guilty. Sign here, please.
Oh.
well, that was
She
easy.
got it. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. There you go. What's the lesson here?
Rat on your friends.
Rat on your friends, and you're free. Just sign here, and you can start a new life.
You shall be brought into court on Thursday, the 17th, when
Busy.
sentence will be pronounced.
Busy on Thursday.
Meanwhile, you will be held as a material
Exactly.
witness in the case
I
of
have
the
a dentist
people
appointment on
versus
Thursday.
Ralph Wiley.
Ralph Wiley.
There you go. Take that long walk, baby. Take that long walk and think about your life. Think about what you've done. Think about the path you've been on. Think about the path you have ahead of you.
No, she's thinking about what
Good
got
old
her.
There you go.
Oh, you Lucy.
Think about your want and lust. Oh, think about the murders.
The no blood gunshot. They could do rape and drug use, but little blood, that's where we draw the line.
Yeah.
Oh no!
That's it. Go for it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh,
Do it.
Go.
yeah. Oh.
Okay.
May.
I told you people in the beginning of this we would have a hit and run, a manslaughter, a suicide, an attempted rape. I think we've covered all of the awful things that marijuana can do to you.
Unfortunate case.
Here comes the best piece of editing in the entire film, by the way.
All right.
Remain with me. I am happy to have been enabled
Not now, but in a minute.
to order the verdict of the jury in the case of the people versus William Harper to be set aside. But, young man,
He got off early
although
too.
this court is convinced that to declare you guilty would have been a gross miscarriage of justice, we cannot condone your acts. And we can express only the hope that your experiences may not alone keep you, but thousands of others from the vicious pitfalls of marijuana. Thus,
Marijuana.
I am ordering you to remain in this court during the next case, so that you will be obliged to witness what you yourself so narrowly escaped. Call the case of the people versus Ralph Wiley.
Oh, here comes the bit of editing.
Oh, here's Ralph. It was you. It was you. See?
Ralph's off the walls.
Yeah, this editing is just fucking sweet right now.
He's snapped.
Get ready.
Your Honor, in this case, the state waives trial of the defendant, Ralph Wiley. It is convinced that he is hopelessly and incurably insane.
There you go.
It's like fucking Hitchcock. Fucking Hitchcock.
Fuck yeah.
Whoa!
It is recommended, Your Honor, that the defendant be placed in an institution for the criminally insane.
That was the best part of the movie right there for me.
Defendant counsel joins the state in this request.
That was ahead of its time. I feel like they didn't start doing that shit till Easy Rider.
Right,
The state
exactly.
seem to agree on this. I see no reason why the request should not be granted.
Here we go.
Yes.
Go
That
back
happened right
to the
here,
doctor.
to your name.
Right here.
It is not
Yeah.
too much to say that in your hands.
Look at the
lies
cut of that dude's coat.
of averting
Mhm.
of the tragedies life.
Nice.
We must work
kinda sweet.
untiringly
Everybody's
so
got
that
a
our children are
hourglass
obliged to learn
figure.
the truth,
little handkerchief.
because it is only through knowledge that we can safely protect them.
Wait.
Failing this, the next tragedy may be that of your daughter, or your son,
Wait.
or yours,
Wait for it.
or yours,
Wait for it.
Fifth.
or yours.
Yeah.
Oh, tell your children. Oh, there you go. Oh, the madness. Well, I hope we've all learned a good lesson this
Can we watch it again?
evening.
Oh my god, no. That'd be the third time I've watched it in 2 days.
So,
you're a trooper, Johnny.
My question. First of all, my first question is, Max aside, we know in this foursome right here, have we all at some point in our lives smoked marijuana?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yes.
I was a big pothead
Yes.
in college for
Yes.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. And what was the first time you smoked pot? What was your reaction, Hansberry? What'd you do? Do you remember?
I loved it. I remember like 4 days after, I was like, oh, how can I get more? How can I get more? In high school.
But you were in high school?
Yeah, because I was in high school and I could, you couldn't find it very easily.
And who brought it to you?
Just a high school buddy.
What high school buddy?
Nick Karras. Thanks, buddy.
Full name.
Yeah, buddy. Calling him out.
Yeah. So it was a high school buddy. A guy so he was the high school pothead?
Yeah, well, it was one of them, yeah.
One of them. Right.
So I was in 4th grade.
Holy
Fourth grade when you
shit.
smoked pot? What?
To the east side of Dayton, brother. That was fucking
The mean streets of Dayton.
What's 4th grade, like 10?
dude. I'm telling you, this friend of mine's, his brother smoked, and he brought something. Brought one. I smoked it, and I couldn't stay off the monkey bars. I couldn't stay off the monkey bars.
Oh my god,
That's nuts.
But I find that it makes me very paranoid, so I don't smoke it. So
you don't smoke it anymore. And Max, you said you were a senior in high school before you ever smoked it.
like just before his senior year. It was winter, so probably junior year.
Yeah. And I'm kind of curious. I'm always curious as to that first time where, like, it's a drug, it's marijuana, and I'm always curious about what that thought process is when you finally cross the line and say, I'm going to try this and see what it's all about. Because was that the very first time it was offered to you, Max, or was it offered to you before and you resisted?
No, I had been around it a lot, actually. I thought that I knew a lot about it. I was in Boy Scouts, and there was a lot of
what?
Weed. There was a lot of weed in the Scouts.
There's a lot. You were in Boy Scouts, and there's a lot of weed in Boy Scouts.
Yeah, we had the good troop.
Were there any Eagle Scouts? Were there any Eagle Scouts that were pot smokers?
Oh, I bet you all Eagle Scouts, all true Eagle Scouts have smoked weed for sure. You have to do it to get to like second class, I think. Yeah.
is there like a badge or
Weed badge?
Yeah. There's like secret Boy Scout organizations. They have like the Order of the Arrow, and then like the Order of the Trees.
Order of the Trees.
Yep. So I was around it a lot, and it wasn't like a calculated thing. We were like watching some football game or something at a buddy's house, and we were going outside to smoke cigarettes, and they were like, hey, come on, we're getting in the car because it was cold, and they just had weed, and I was like, yep, this is it, I'm gonna smoke it. And we went inside and ate a bag of potato chips, and then went and got a magazine called Panty Girls from the corner store. And it was like the funniest fucking thing in the world. We were ripping pages out and like sticking them to the dude's walls and shit.
So
I never looked back.
And back, so to refer to Reefer Madness,
Still does it.
your first adventure with marijuana did lead to some sort of sexual perversion with you going to a magazine called Panty Girls.
Yeah. Well, it was a munchie run, and it was just staring me in the face behind the counter. And I was like, throw that in.
Throw that in.
Whitney, when was the next time you smoked pot? If you smoked it in the 4th grade, when did you smoke it after that?
After that, it wasn't until I probably was 19.
Okay, so how do you go from smoking it in 4th grade and not smoking it until 19?
Opportunity, I don't know. I just never did. I started playing a lot of sports, and it just wasn't readily available with the crowds that I was running with. So, I just didn't smoke it.
And Hansberry, did you just keep smoking it after that first time?
Like I said, it was hard to get in high school until I kind of went to college when it was everywhere, and then I just every day, all day. At University of Dayton, there's something about people dating, man. Dayton, the folks got the good green.
East Side.
I drank in high school. I did not smoke pot in high school. I did not smoke pot for my first time until I went to college, and then the pot and hash and then acid and
Heron.
no heroin, no heroin, meth, no cocaine, no, but
Cough syrup.
cough syrup,
Ambient.
yeah, no, none of those things. But yeah, and I don't smoke it now as an adult and as an adult as an older man, and I keep thinking about it, especially now, Max, in where we're at now with everything that's going on. We're all stuck at home, and I keep thinking like maybe I should. But I've said this before, I think on previous podcasts. Today's marijuana scares the fuck out of me.
Legit.
Because back when I was smoking it in 1977, it was the good old fashioned sticky weed that you got, and you got it, and you opened up your Eagles album or your Led Zeppelin album, and you separated the seeds, and you did a little work before you actually started to get to it and put it into something. But today's marijuana actually frightens me, because there's so many different levels of it.
You're used to like just driving the Subaru around, and then all of a sudden you want to hop in like a Formula One race car and hop on the track.
Yeah. I feel like if I went today, I'd be like that. Like one of those old white stodgy guys in a black and white film from the 40s. I'd walk into a dispensary and I would like to purchase some marijuana, some sticky weed, if you will. I believe she goes by the name of Mary Jade. With so I don't know what I get, because one time not too long ago there was a friend of mine who gave me something, and I took a hit off of it, and I was gone, and like it was not a good experience at all. And I asked him, "What did you give me?" And he said, "Oh, that's called White Widow." I mean, it actually had a name, and I remember
great names.
And I remember jokingly saying, "So, well, next time I smoke pot for the first time, maybe start me off with something a little easier, like single mom or soccer dad, not White Widow, for crying out loud." It was like not enjoyable at all. So, if somebody were to be a novice in this new world where pot is more accepted now. And Mike Abernathy talked about the fact there's a dispensary. He's in Illinois. And there's a dispensary right down the street. I mean, what do you suggest, Max Groh, for the novice pot smoker?
What do you mean? Like, if you want to try pot for the first time?
Yeah.
Man. Well, it's illegal. I don't think you should do it.
Yes.
No, just take it easy. If you never smoked, just hit it once, because you might be gone. But I mean, it's rare you're going to have the opportunity to be like, I want this type, or let me try that type. I mean, most people I know, they kind of have like one type at a time. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
You get what I'm saying? There was a time when I smoked it back in the 70s, there was just pot.
Absolutely. It was a little strange. It's a little less potent.
And now there's hydroponic expialidocious pot. I mean, you can go from you can run the spectrum.
It's like wine. You find some that you like and that works with you. There's indica and sativa. That's kind of like your reds and whites, and you might have been hit with I always remember indica is like in the couch, because it knocks you out. I like sativas. They're more active, and maybe you got hit with you got to kind of figure out what your type is.
Is there still an Acapulco Gold?
There's all those old names kind of mutated. So all these strains are kind of like, they're just names. I mean, they know if it's indica or sativa, but everything's so crossbred and mutated these days. Yeah. It's all its own thing. But
I have no desire to start smoking pot again on a regular basis. I'm happy with my whiskey, and there's so many whiskeys. I mean, it's the same thing. There's a garden variety of whiskeys to choose from. You're smoking pot and drinking whiskey. Do the two go together?
I don't think
that's a good pairing.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not like getting drunk. I had like 3 whiskey and gingers, and whiskey, especially for me, goes better. Liquor, I think, is better. getting beer drunk and full of all that liquid and then smoking some weed's going to knock anyone out. I mean, it just knocks you out, most people. So I don't do it very often. I'm not a big drinker, so this was a special occasion. I went out and got this bottle of Bulliet.
Bulliet.
We just call it Bullet Bourbon.
Yeah, I know it's Bullet.
You didn't get it.
See,
There's a I think I want to say like Hank Williams III, Whiskey, Weed, and Women. It's like an old country song.
Oh yeah, there's something the taste of whiskey, the kind of woodiness of whiskey goes well with the actual burning of weed. I think smoking kind of has especially Bullet. I think just goes really well with it.
Well, we've seen like the fancy mixologist, smoke the old fashions with apple chips. And stuff.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of the same thing that smoking.
do it with the flower.
Chip says I'm showing my age by discussing this. That's fine. I don't care. I am. I'm 61 years old, and I don't give a shit. And Tammy Hayes says someone gave me something that was very potent, so much that I had to drive, and I felt like my head was lying on the ceiling of the car, and I was driving my head cockeyed. Yeah.
And then you woke up in the bathtub.
Bathtub bourbon.
Yeah. So, Max, do you smoke it every day?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
I mean, is this part of your routine? And,
Yeah.
and more importantly, medicinally speaking, do you use it for anything medicinally?
I mean, I've been using it pretty much every day for 15 years. So it's
Are you a waking baker?
sick.
Are you a
But
waking baker?
yeah, I smoke with my coffee in the morning. I do like that. But
How do you
like
get anything done?
you're on set, you can't really smoke. I was just on set in Pennsylvania for a week, and it's like I can't really smoke there. So that's a good thing. It's not like you're like addicted to it. I just like doing it.
Wait, we just watched a film that says the opposite, my friend.
Well,
Are you contradicting this fine piece of work?
it's been like literally 100 years since that came out. So
Yeah. and I asked the question earlier. I want to come back to it. Does the because John had a very important scene in there that he wanted us to see, but I want to ask you: does it expand your creativity? When I was on the road as a comic, and I smoked pot then, when I was on the road as a comic, we would come up with these amazing, what we thought at the time were amazing comedic premises that we would write down, and in the morning we would look at the notes that we wrote down, and they made no sense at all. So from a creative perspective,
you just had to smoke more weed.
does marijuana open you up creatively?
I think it kind of opens everything up. Really, to me, it just kind of takes any sort of filters or barriers away. So, and it also at the same time kind of mellows you out, makes you feel like you're not doing work. So especially when writing a script, I think it just helps with, at least me, the flow. But I think it could help anyone loosen some of those barriers or filters that you might have. Even if it was just stress putting those things on you from the day, you get home from work and you sit down, you try to like write a script or edit a scene. Sometimes you're like not chill enough to do that,
Mm-hmm.
So, you come home, you have that martini after work, or you smoke a joint after work to kind of loosen you up. I just think weed kind of stays with you a little longer, and it's a little more mental, less physical, to the point that I can use it to, I think, come up with some funny or creative things, or just to trudge through, just to keep going. A lot of times, especially with editing and writing, really, it's like, just don't stop. Like once you get going, just go,
So how many pages of Bong of the Living Dead was written while you were high?
Well, we wrote that for fucking 10 years.
A lot of opportunities there.
There's 27 drafts of that script. So, I mean, lots of weed got smoked over the course of that.
Yeah.
And let me, since we're on that, thank you, John, for bringing that up. Where are we going now? What's next after Bong of the Living Dead? because you left it open. It can go someplace. Are you thinking about doing a sequel? Are you thinking about?
Not really. We have some projects that have a very similar tone, kind of the horror comedy thing. Right now, I'm focused. We're at the end of the month, at the end of September, trying to shoot a segment for like a zoological monster anthology. It's a piece on the Dover Demon, which is just this kind of alien creature that was sighted like once in Massachusetts back in the 70s for like a couple days span.
What was it?
It was probably a baby moose, like a retarded baby moose. But I believe it was this alien creature, and we're making a little short about that, which should be really fun. And that's going to be in the Cryptids anthology that Scream Team Releasing is putting out. They're doing an Indiegogo right now for some finishing funds.
Nice.
It would be nice to get some of that because everyone just kind of throws in all their own stuff to make these shorts for this thing. But
I'm going to tell you something that I do recall from our first visit when you were on the podcast, when we were talking about when Bong of the Living Dead first came out.
Stag Junior. It was Stag Junior we were drinking.
They just
that's
very good memory.
I got tanked.
Yeah, you did. You did. And I told you, I told you, and you were reluctant and you were hesitant, but I told you that the premise of Bong of the Living Dead, I thought could exist as a potential series,
as a little web series,
that where these people continue to move on in the lifestyle that they're in, moving through the zombie apocalypse. And you said back then, I'll give that some thought. And I'm going to say, apparently you haven't.
No. Watch something about quarantine now.
Huh?
No one wants to watch anything about quarantine.
No. Yeah, really. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. But I still think
I like zombies, and they're not out of my future, but I think the next project, just for my own sanity, has to be not wrangling dozens and dozens of extras, and the scheduling, especially on this level of filmmaking, the scheduling of trying to get 85 people on a set in a weekend is just. We always joked during Bong, our next movie was going to be called Two Guys on a Couch That Don't Do Much.
Yeah, well.
So, maybe you'll see some sort of gripping drama about two dudes on a couch.
But, you joke, but in this current society that we're in, where everybody is inside most of the time or have been and may continue to be, that's not such a far-fetched premise.
Now it was a joke, but now it sounds like the next project.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be that it could be very relatable. So,
Well, Dino, you could star in it if you get a haircut.
I get a haircut.
You kind of look like a cool, Scorsese Muppet right now.
Right now, yeah. New glasses.
Good.
I got new glasses. I
like them, man.
I got the new glasses, and they're my Italian film director glasses.
Good.
I just got them on Monday, so they're big because I have a large head, and I needed. I have a very large head, and I needed big glasses.
Yeah, like De Niro and Irishman.
And what's spooky is I was going through some old pictures just by chance. And these glasses are very similar to what my old man had when he was in his 60s, as far as the big frames and whatnot. So, and, he had those forever. So I got my old man's glasses, which kind of creeps me out a little bit. But, so be it. I like them. So, yes, I'll go with whatever vibe you're saying. And
it's good vibe.
I don't care. But I do need a haircut. I need a haircut desperately.
Jen cut my hair again 2 days.
Floby.
No, we got clippers, man.
Yeah, I asked you before if she was going to do that again. So that wasn't a one and done. You know what? And I got to be honest with you, John.
Yeah,
that's not as good of a cut as the first one.
No, you know what though? I'm not going to complain.
She was high.
Yeah, that one's a little shorter than the last one. Yeah,
good. You look like John Hamm.
Yeah, I told her to go for it a little bit.
Yeah.
I said, "Don't worry about messing up. I can always wear a hat." So.
Thanksgiving ham.
Exactly.
And Hansberry is always properly coiffed. No matter
I was
what.
at the point where I was either going to let it all go or go get it chopped off again.
You go to a barber, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. See, I don't. Well, like I said, I will go back to the barber shop, but
All right. So moving forward, gentlemen, Max, you talked a little bit about what you got coming up. Are you currently working on anything right now as we speak? I mean,
that cryptid script is coming up in like 4 weeks. So that's kind of, it's a 2-weekend shoot. It's like two best friends kind of knock out an alien with a foul ball while they're dicking around on an old sand lot outside of town. And it's kind of like E.T. meets Attack the Block type feel.
Right. But I also, if I apologize if I'm stepping on something here that I shouldn't be, but we tried to possibly do this last week, but you weren't available because you were shooting The Barn 2.
Yeah, so The Barn 2 is the sequel to the hit film The Barn.
Barn 1.
Which it's kind of an instant classic. They kind of trick you because it looks like it's filmed in 1989.
Right.
And it's like kind of on trick or treat night. If you knock on the barn and say trick or treat 3 times, these 3 different demon monsters come out and kill you if you don't respect the rules of Halloween type thing.
I see. Right. And what role do you play in this film?
Well, I had the esteemed honor of playing the small role of Lapdance Larry.
That's way better than Hot Fingers.
Yeah, he's searching for the lap dance that killed his father. And
Lapdance Larry?
Lapdance Larry, yeah. Son of Lapdance Lawrence.
And you're searching for something?
I'm searching for the lap dance that killed my father. And I
hello, I'm Lapdance Larry.
Lap dances might happen. I don't know.
And in the process of searching for this lap dance that killed your father, do you have to consequently have lap dances in order to find the lap dance?
It's a rough path that Larry's on. Yeah.
How much research did you have to do for this role?
I went in cold, you
didn't go method?
Once I got the method, hard method. But really, that just it was a 10-day stretch, and Larry is by no means a 10-day part. I was just lending hand on the crew and hanging out because it's such a fun set, and it's a really great project. So Justin Seaman from Scream Team Releasing is the writer, director, producer, pretty much all hands on for The Barn and The Barn 2. So kind of the movies that he represents, a lot of the people are making little cameos and helping out, and he just has a wonderful team and crew and kind of support through all these films that he distributes that really want to help him out and get this thing done. So he's still got a little bit to shoot. They got kind of COVIDed, like everything.
Sure, like everybody.
But yeah, they had a pretty successful Indiegogo, and he's got some surprise kind of horror icon cameos in there, and
cool
old monsters, new monsters. It's a wild ride.
Can you see The Barn? Barn 1, is that available on?
The Barn's available, right?
Yeah, so The Barn's everywhere. You can get that at Scream Team Releasing, Amazon. They actually just put a kind of kid-friendly PG-13 version up on the YouTubes. But I would suggest getting the old DVD because it's got a longer cut of their first Barn. The Blu-ray is kind of a little sleeker. Both are good, but yeah, check out The Barn and then look for The Barn.
And Lapdance Larry is not in The Barn.
I think maybe the seed was planted in one for Lapdance Larry. But
I just want you to keep saying Lapdance Larry. That's
Did Lapdance Larry wear sweats all the time in the movie?
Yeah, he does wear sweats. That's really great. It's also 1992, so they're very colorful sweatpants.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. And you don't feel that they did any typecasting?
Well, no, I think his name was like Chad or something. When I got it, I made him be Lap Dance Larry.
Oh, you turned it into Lap Dance Larry.
Well, he was getting a lap dance, so I was like, well, he's got to be Lap Dance Larry.
And you had the sweatpants.
Yeah, I had to order them from Pakistan because they're this weird, bright '90s like yellow.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
It's a good costume. I'm a werewolf too. It's like a Halloween party, so everyone's in all these '90s costumes. It's fucking great.
So that's still finishing up as far as shooting.
Yeah, I think he's got one more session. It's so effects heavy, and there's so many sets that have to get built and then destroyed, just utterly pounded, burned, like incinerated. He just there's a lot of destruction and effects. The second time around is twice as big, so he's got a little bit more to do, and then I bet they're shooting to get it out next year, for at least for Halloween. So
that'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right, so we can look forward to Max Groah as Lap Dance Larry in The Barn 2.
Yeah.
And
Star The Barn 2.
Once again, let's remind everybody where they can pick up a Bong of the Living Dead. It's on Amazon Prime. Let's remind everybody about that and where they can pick up the DVD and the VHS.
Yeah, Blu-ray, DVD, VHS of Bong of the Living Dead is at ScreamTeamReleasing.com. You can also rent it on Vudu. We're free on Amazon Prime. If you just Google us or Facebook us, Bong of the Living Dead, you can follow all the upcoming screenings or information we might have. I know we're trying to get on a couple other digital platforms, so. Yeah, you can find Bong of the Living Dead pretty much anywhere nowadays.
It's been a huge success on so many levels. I mean, how many festivals did you guys go to? You went to a ton.
Yeah, like it was like we went to like 20 some, and I think we were in like 50, close to 50. We had a really good run. It's really sad that festivals are kind of
Yeah, they're dead.
Right. Another thing that's been hurt by COVID.
So, we got it in kind of in the nick of time to have a really good run. So, yeah, I feel bad for people that are finishing their kind of Bong of the Living Deads in this time because the market for it, the biggest live premiere market and the most fun, at least social networking aspect is kaput right now.
Is the festivals. But
yeah,
for us as independent filmmakers, streaming
that's the way to go. It's just it's a new world, and even production has changed. There's a lot of this kind of meeting where a Zoom meeting where before you would be at someone's house or in the rec room at a library doing a table read. Instead, it's all
trust me, I would have when we first pitched this idea, we thought that we'd be able to do it in my backyard and put the movie.
Yeah, that would have been
on the screen back there. I was looking forward to actually seeing you face to face, Max, and I hope that happens sometimes sooner than later. But these are the times that we're in, and we adjust and do the best that we can. We hope that everybody enjoyed tonight's podcast. I'm looking at some of the Hansberry did a great job of putting up some of the comments tonight. It was Chrissy who said I needed a haircut. Yes. Yeah. And Chrissy, who also said that Greg has great hair. Nice.
Chrissy's like, she must be infatuated with the hair for sure.
Either it must be maybe she's a hair person. I don't know. And also Brian said he would call you Hot Fingers Tony.
Yeah. Brian was on point with the comments tonight.
Yeah, I'm still my daughter. The last time I smoked pot was also the last time years ago. Doesn't mix. Mike had to guide walk me with his forearms under my armpits and carry my purse. A hard nope. So pot did not agree with my daughter whenever she smoked it. Okay. And Paulie Anthony, he was watching the movie. You think the way people danced back then, they were all high. Oh man. And Chip, our buddy Chip was chiming in on a regular basis. Fanciest trap house I've ever seen. Brian Ross, Brian. And Rick Andreessen told me that there are 2 medical dispensaries in Jefferson County, which is Steubenville, Ohio. So maybe if I decide to smoke pot again, I should move back to Steubenville. Huh. Gus Felicia said, book him Dano. He was obviously watching in the middle of stuff when things were going awry.
Mm-hmm.
And Crystal Lively says, I may use this monologue for an audition.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. All right. Well, we appreciate everybody that tuned in. Hansberry, you want to do some business before we wrap things up?
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us. If you haven't already subscribed to Whiskey Business on your favorite podcasting app, go ahead and do that. This is definitely one you got to watch. So check out YouTube Whiskey Business with Dino Tripodis. Go ahead and like that. Also, Whiskey Business Pod is our website where we'll have links to all this, plus our archived episodes. So you can go back and hear the one with Max from, it was a couple years ago, I think now, when we talked about Bong and the Living Dead and a little bit more about
that. It was back in 2017, I think.
Yeah. So, but there's a whole archive of Whiskey Business out there. And while you're quarantining, pop a few on and drink or don't drink. Whatever.
Smoke or don't smoke.
Smoke or don't smoke.
Smoke or don't
matter
smoke.
To me.
Drink or don't drink. Yeah, don't drink, don't smoke. What do? You don't drink, don't smoke. All right. So, Max, continued success with everything you got going on, brother. And I was sincere when I said I hope I see you in person sooner than later before it's all said and done.
Yeah,
I haven't seen these guys, Greg Hansberry or John Whitney, face to face in a month and a half. So I'm looking forward to seeing them sometime very soon, so we can sit on the porch and have some whiskey and just kind of catch up on everything.
A little AM and the PM.
A little AM and the PM, on the front porch for sure. The guest bottle tonight, for me at least, was Old Tub. There you go. Our friends from Jim Beam have put out an old 140-year-old re-release, if you will, of a whiskey that was back in the day. It's unfiltered. If you find it here in Ohio, which I think you will eventually, it goes for between $20 and $23 a bottle. It's great. It's really great. A little hint of honey, a little caramel, a little vanilla, but actually a terrific value for $20 or $23 a bottle if you're looking for something along those lines. So pick it up while you still can, because I believe it is a limited release before it's all said and done. Whiskey Business is a Never the Luck production, produced on the audio side by Greg Hansberry, produced magnificently on the video side by John Whitney. And
you're mad, I tell you.
Can't be a success without our special guests on a weekly basis, Max Groah. Check out Bong of the Living Dead wherever you
on the vape pen now.
Where to get it, and look for anything that involves Max Groah, because I tell you, if he's behind it, it's going to be worth watching. Thank you, brother, so much. I appreciate it. I really do. So, on behalf of everybody here at Whiskey Business, my name is Dino Tripodis. Until the next bottle, see ya.
Sweet. Hey, go ahead and do the tease, Dino, and then we'll sign off, and stick around, Max, for a second.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Dino Tripodis, and tonight on Whiskey Business, we go to pot. Sort of, kind of.
Is that it?
Yep.
All right. Ending broadcast. Stick around for a second.